So, neediness. So there are variations, all right? There are gradations. There's very needy, extremely needy, and mildly needy. And then there are actions to fill that need that are either mild or tend toward the excessive, right? The impulsive, even. And so you have this range of need and action to fill the need, the range of Kyo and Jitsu from a mildly Kyo condition to an extremely Kyo condition, to a mildly Jitsu condition to an extreme Jitsu condition. And please understand now that the Kyo and Jitsu terms are used to describe the quality of energy in a meridian channel. Meridian channels are replete throughout the body mind. We have like an energetic exoskeleton, if you will. We are surrounded by this energy field that supports and maintains all the functioning activities of our body, mind, and spirit. And Kyo and Jitsu are the places we get into in each of those meridian channels. So sometimes you might be a little bit Kyo in your stomach, for instance. You're hungry. You need food. You need nourishing food, is what you need, right? But if you eat potato chips and Pepsi Cola to fill the mild Kyo of your need, your action is to eat potato chips and Pepsi Cola, you actually won't be serving the deeper need, which is for nutrition. All right. And so now the potato might have some nutritional value. The sugar in the Coca-Cola might have some nutritional value. Uh, questionable. But more likely, you're going to want like a blueberry smoothie or a juice or um, a good meal that's nutritious, like a soup, the green soup, uh, avocado, coconut. Wherever your senses take you to the real food that's going to nourish deeply the interior kyo of your stomach. So, stomach is slightly kyo when you have a mild hunger. And the action to fulfill that hunger often comes from our gallbladder, where we're making choices. We're getting our gall involved. And sometimes it takes a lot of gall to eat a bag of potato chips and just say, this is what I'm eating now. Uh, Sometimes it takes a lot more gall to make yourself a green smoothie or a superfood smoothie. And that's your gallbladder function. When it's in balance, it is taking actions that meet the need. We have terms we call tonification and sedation, which are jargony terms, but if you have a need, you want to tonify it. You want to fulfill it. You want to meet it. Right? Simple. And if you have an excess, if you have a action that's missing the mark, you want to contain it. I had a colleague years ago who had a son who was acting out teenager, and this kid was a lawbreaker. And this gentleman had to call the police on his own son. Now, that's an extreme jitsu. This kid was busy as a danger to himself and a threat to society. And so the father was beside himself, didn't know what else to do but call in the police. That's an extreme constraint on an overactive teenager. One would hope there would be a milder intervention that may be more supportive. I like the verbiage coming out of restorative justice movement right now, but still, these restorative judgment, uh, restorative justice movements take time. And it's not something you can just quickly nip in the bud, which is where the police come in, nipping things in the bud, and then let the justice system play itself out. So mild Kyo, extreme Kyo. mild jitsu, extreme jitsu, and then an appropriate response to those. And usually with an extreme kyo, we want to get really deep with it. We want to acknowledge it and just say, okay, I'm listening. Let's take time and drop in here. With a mild kyo, usually you don't want to indulge it too much. You want to say, come on, tease it out a little bit. Come on, come on, come on, come out and play. Come out and play. And if it's a mild kyo, the person will come out and play, right? If it's a deep kyo, they won't. They'll say no. They'll slam the door in your face. With a mild jitsu, you want to be calm with it. You want to be mild. You want to be soft. And in a way, I want to use the word sweet here. You want to be gentle with a mild jitsu. Okay, you just had a run. You're going to go get a nice massage. And a massage usually is generally soothing and relaxing and mild. It's all you really need to meet your mild jitsu. Now, if you've got an extreme jitsu where you're acting out like the teenager in that example I gave earlier, then you're going to want to have an extreme reaction to it. And that's where you're really going to hold. Like if your child is acting out, you put your arms around them and hold them tight and tell them, I will not let you hurt yourself. And I will not let you hurt me. I will not let you hurt yourself. I will not allow it. You set a strong boundary. And this would be an example of how to work with an extreme jitsu. So if a gallbladder is acting out and wants to grab for those potato chips and that Coca-Cola, sometimes you've got to say, no. No, I'm sorry, you cannot. Here's your green smoothie. Here's your superfood. Maybe it's a cacao treat. Maybe it's something that will satisfy that deep craving, but at the same time provide deep nourishment. I really like these kombucha drinks myself. Every now and then I don't go for them, but sometimes it's a good grab. It's a nutritious beverage generally. It's got some fuzzy to it, fizzy. It's got that gas, con gaso. And this is often what we're craving, something that will help us to move the digesta. So sometimes we respond to that extreme jitsu with an extreme resistance, and with a mild jitsu, we respond gently. All right, so this is what I wanted to share today, a little further, taking the Kyo Jitsu model a little deeper so that you begin to understand when you're going down to an extreme need versus a mild need, when you're in a mild excess and when you're in an extreme excess, and how to find your way toward the middle. All right, blessings on your day. Matthew Sweigart, checking out. Bye. See you next time.